Hi, this is Rick Eymer with the Palo Alto Weekly, and we're here today with Kamran. Did I pronounce that right? Kamran Murray. He is a junior at Menlo School, as a cross-country runner. He just won the West Bay Athletic League title at their league finals up at Crystal Springs. He was the fastest runner of any of our leagues around here, and they all ran at Crystal Springs. I think it was a 15:45, something like that, pretty close. So and he's our athlete of the week this week, and we can start with that. Just kind of talk about the race and how you ran it and how the whole thing turned out.
Yeah, so I was going after a PR because it's been a while since I've run a fast time on that course, and so I was leading, I think, the whole way, and just tried keeping the pace really honest, because I know there are a lot of great guys in our league. We have probably 4 or 5 guys. I think we had 4 guys who broke 16, which is really impressive and really a statement of how strong our league's getting. And so I tried getting out hard and just maintaining it, and it worked out pretty well.
Right. Even the CVAL, which is a really good track and field and cross country. I think only 2 guys went under 16, so that is pretty impressive. When you talk about the WBAL, you do have so many great teams. I remember when Sacred Heart Prep used to be pretty good. They're a little off this year, but what does it mean to have, like, you have these center meets all the time and you're always running against good guys? How has that kind of set you up for cross country for the league finals?
Yeah, it's been really helpful. I think I've been racing against the same general group of guys for my 3rd year now, and we've really gotten to know each other, how we race, and really push each other every race. And it's been, as a team, we've same thing. Everyone knows who they're racing against, who they need to beat, what their job is. And on Friday, everyone accomplished that, and they're really proud of them. Everyone did really well.
Right. That's another thing about cross country. Some people might look at it as an individual sport, but of course it's a team sport, and you do have to run for your school and for your team. And as you mentioned, there's some strategy to it. When you're set up at a place like Crystal Springs, where you're kind of familiar with it, are there certain steps along the way where you know where you got to be then?
Yeah, so our coach, George, is really, really good at giving us directions of how to run the course, and which points to push and how to run the tangents, and really the little things that make the big differences. And I think our team really embraced that, and everyone listened to him. Everyone did their job, and it was great.
Is that one of the hillier courses you're going to run on? And then you also run, I don't know where the state is. I know the state's run in Fresno, but I don't know what kind of course it is. And so, what does it mean to run that, especially that first big hill, I know, at Crystal Springs? So how does that prepare you for going onward?
So we had this year, I think we had 1 league meet at Crystal, then league finals, and then CCS this coming week. So we're racing there a lot, and we've gotten to know that course really well. We've trained there a bunch. And it's really tough. It's always either uphill or downhill. There's not much flat. It's dusty, it's hot, but we've really grown to like it, because it's almost feels like our home course now, and every hill there is just an opportunity for us. And we've really practiced hard, and it's helping us. Well, state isn't as hilly. It's fairly similar to Crystal. It has, like, the middle mile at state has, like, some hills that resemble Crystal a lot, and so it helps us in that regard, and it just makes us tougher. Like, the harder courses we run, the more conditions we're going to be.
Right. Now you do the Lowell Invitational at the beginning of the year. You do the Stanford Invitational. Now, I would imagine Stanford's a little more hillier than Lowell, but there has to be some kind of rugged, terrain down it, because you're running Golden Gate Park. Kind of talk about the different courses that you get to run.
Yeah. So this year was our first year where George took a bunch of us down to Woodbridge in LA, which is an incredible race. It's exactly 3 miles of flat, completely flat, not a single hill in a soccer complex. So the grass is really short, really nice to run on, and it's just a really fast race. And we race under the lights late at night. It was really incredible. So that contrasted with something like Crystal, which is hot, dusty, hilly. There's everything in between. We had, like you said, Lowell. We had Rough Rider down at at the state course, which is probably between the two in terms of hilliness, then Balin's, which was our second league meet, and that was almost completely flat too. So we've done a lot.
Right. So you get together at the beginning of the year. Do you discuss training methods, or do you just or goals or anything? I mean, what do you guys think about? Do you think about, oh, let's make it to state right from the beginning, or how does that go?
Well, as a team, we weren't really sure how things were going to turn out this year because we had a lot of new faces or people who had trained really hard over the summer, and we weren't sure exactly how good they were going to be. And it's been really pleasantly surprising for us. Like, we had our two seniors on varsity this year, Luke and Jackson, have, I think, combined dropped 5 minutes at Crystal Springs, which is just incredible because they were already good runners to begin with. And that combined with Justin, who's our freshman, who's running incredibly. I think he has the fastest freshman time at Crystal this entire season from league finals this Friday, and he can go even faster this Saturday. And then Calvin, who I've known for a long time, I went to elementary school with, who just transferred from Sacred Heart, and I've been running with him all season. It's been great having another person next to me.
Right, so you didn't get mad at him because he was at Sacred Heart Prep or anything. But I know actually in athletics, you probably tend to respect the other athletes a little more than maybe say the fans do. They think it's more of a big rivalry. But having him obviously has helped a lot. And if you look forward, how far you guys can go?
I think it's a long shot this weekend, but we're gonna do our best to try to make it to state as a team. I think we'd all have to run a pretty much perfect race, but we're going to give it our all and see what happens. And, yeah, hopefully.
Right, and I guess George is the kind of guy that's going to say, hey, you guys can do it. You can run a perfect race. So good luck with that, too. So we've been talking to Kamran. He is our Athlete of the Week, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And if you want to hear about next week's Athlete of the Week, hit that subscribe button down below or visit us at pasportsonline.com.